You got his card. You get it, Patar?
This one, yeah.
I'll never sell that,
I have
you
to
know.
give you some stuff.
You gotta hold on to that. What's going on, boys?
Yeah, what's good? Yeah, I guess you got tased straight away and done in.
Yeah, I was washed. Unfortunately. Pulled up though, good shit.
They were on crud instantly. They like
they were.
And I was parked up.
Apparently I had a warrant for some vault shit. I forgot
also got
about,
told that if I didn't leave the area, I'd get shot straight away. So.
No, that's calm. You did what you could. Pulled up.
And I stayed there to be fair, but you I had no handcuffs and you were fucked. There was like 5 of them, 6 of them around you.
You wanna buy handcuffs?
Not right now. No, not right now. In fact, if you know what, actually, you can give me handcuffs because you owe me handcuffs at least.
Nah, that was bought with a gang count. That's a 5 raccarini straight in there. You're big money. You can do that. Light work for you.
Yeah, well, I just found out Patar's taking 20 mil from me, so.
Not 20 mil.
Gold rush issue.
Yeah, it's fine. That's a story time.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's not a. Well,
no, it actually isn't. We're getting onto that because that's how we got onto this whole conversation. That's why you're here, actually, because we were just chatting about Gold Rush, into investigations on Gold Rush, just trying to work out what's going on, trying to start this angel shit because fucking we have no way of this business operating right now because of the angels, and they refuse to work with the Mandem in its entirety, because of the whole thing that happened with Winston, I guess, and many other things that they gave examples of.
Right.
I've done some research after Liam told me about a few things. So yeah, I just was talking about the fact that like Gold Rush has funded like a good 15 million plus, and I did 5 million myself on wars, so like 20 million on wars, materials for like the bench and shit, a bunch of other stuff basically. A lot of expense spent out of Gold Rush directly through into the Mandem. We were saying how it's created a really bad cycle in the Mandem, right? Maybe it isn't created it, but it's also part of the issue.
You're implying that it was reliance on the money, is what you're implying.
Yeah, I'm saying you've got a gang, a bunch of members who. We kind of got into a rant in the end, and we said we've got a gang who's got a bunch of members who ain't made no progress in a long time, and they don't need to make progress because there's no need or reason to, because if anything hits the fan, they got backup. Then they can look at Batar and say, "You want Batar? Give me the peas. I ain't got to respect you anymore. I ain't got to listen to what you say. Just give me the peas because I'm sure Tommy won't mind."
I wouldn't say that was entirely true for the whole time. I think war-wise, 100%, but that's also one of the things is that there won't be going forward.
You got gang members that made no progress in 2 years. They said they were going to do something 2 years ago, and they're still doing the same shit. They haven't even got there.
Yeah, 100%. We had a leader that weren't around. We had the whole Patar sitch. You know, people weren't pulling their weight. Maybe there was a fraction of the money thing. There was a bunch of shit, but like we've also had these exact same conversations for 2 years.
Exactly.
Like,
that's literally my point.
That's where it's ending. Like I said it this morning to Winston. Is after a conversation I had with everyone yesterday, I'm done with the chats and the circles. It's just action.
Yeah, see what you just said to me about you had a leader weren't around. Don't you then respect what I did?
Say that again. You're saying I didn't respect what you did?
No, I'm saying you just said like part of the reason, right, is we had a leader that weren't around. And I'm saying to you, said surely the other day you'd respect what I did then, because after like months and months and even years really of realizing that nothing's ever going to change, and the way the gang operates is toxic from the inside out, it needs a big switch up, a big shift up, a massive change. So the biggest change that I could think of, and I think it will propel the gang forward and really make a difference in their lives, is me stepping away. Right? This is what I did.
See, what I said is what you said.
I reiterated. The other day in the meeting is I just got like emotionally blackmailed. That's what it felt like. I felt like I had a clingy ex-girlfriend who wouldn't let me go and said, "Don't worry, I'll change for you, I swear."
Yeah, that is exactly what you had to a T.
Nothing's gonna change.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be completely real with you, and it might come across harsh, but it's just the truth. Like the conversation has already been addressed. The movements moving forward is gonna be the movements moving forward, regardless of if you're there or if you're not. We're not gonna dwell on that.
That is talk, though.
Yeah, it is talk, but it will put action to that talk. And you can say it's talk, but also equally, it's like it doesn't matter if you think it's talk because we're gonna be doing the action.
So yeah, I really hope that happens for you.
Good. I'm glad that you do. And as I said, I don't respect you dropping the chain. I will never ever be able to respect you dropping the chain. I can respect a step down. I can't respect a drop of the chain.
Why?
Just walking away is quitting. I'm not going to sit here and
What
say
is for the best-
and
what is for the
bullshit
best,
you
though?
and say that you didn't do a lot for the gang, because 100% you
Well,
did a
what
lot
if
for
it's- what
me
if
as
it's for the
well.
best?
But I still can't respect that. Even if it's for the best, it doesn't matter. Like my solo perspective on this lifestyle is you don't just walk away from it.
As a respect thing, then I feel like you should be looking at Patar and looking at Moses and saying, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and we brought that exact thing up yesterday. We spoke about it.
What does bringing it up to you though? That's no consequence.
Doesn't matter. It's been dealt with. Move forward. I'm not going to dwindle on the past. That's what we've done for 2 years. So look back and talk about it. There's no point doing that.
But the same no. But also in those 2 years, fuck all happened. There was no
Yeah,
consequences. for
because we
shit.
spend the whole 2 years sat in a circle talking about what's happened rather than what's going on and actually doing something.
So what? You sat in a circle and spoke to Patar and Moses, and that solved it.
Actions will solve it. Moving forward, we've spoke about stuff.
There was no
And
action.
that's that. No, but it's not even anything you need to question because it doesn't also regard you. It's a Moses Patar issue.
Can I
We
speak,
spoke about.
Courtney?
Huh?
Can I speak?
Yeah, of course.
Do you remember the BBMC thing when you talked to me and Mosley about it, right? How we got paraded around town, this and that. Have you ever had to talk to us as a leader, for the same situation ever again? The thing is, with us, conversations work. We don't need our chain taken away. We don't need to be given a vest. We don't need to do shit like that. We can actually listen and be like, oh, we let Tommy down. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again.
Look, Lanta, what the fuck did you just say?
I know what you meant. He's saying that talking about stuff can be helpful, and that he personally feels like chain taking and stuff like that doesn't get through to him. It's the conversations. That's his perspective on it. That's what he's trying to say. Thing is, like, this whole talking on the past thing, like I genuinely see this as the way I'm looking at this and the way that I want everyone to look at this. This is day one of the Mandem. Fuck what happened before. Fuck all this. Oh, we've been in this place for 2 years. None of that shit matters. Who gives a fuck about what's happened previously? It's today onwards. It's moving onwards. I don't want to hear none of the same shit that's been getting brought up time and time again. All I want to know is what's happening currently. We deal with problems as they arise. We ain't going to talk about problems that haven't happened yet. When they pop up, I'll deal with it properly.
That's what he's been doing. Not all talk. Been putting action into work.
So what did I get brought down here for? Gold Rush stuff.
No, it was to talk to you about the gang, but you don't want to talk about the gang, so it's calm.
What is it? You've voiced a
Because
couple
you're
of
going to convince
bits.
yourself that there's actions happening and there ain't actions happening, which is calm.
No, I don't need to convince myself. I wait for the actions. I'm not looking for people to
Wait a
tell
long
me
time
actions
with
are
those-
happening.
with those
I'm looking at
brothers,
the
my
actions.
brother.
Those brothers are your brothers as well.
Yeah, I've been new.
Mm-hmm. I get it. You're coming off the back of seeing the last 2 years of Mandem. I got the fresh look. I'm
You
coming
haven't though, because
from
you've been
day
here
on.
the whole time with me.
I
There's
have.
nothing changed in your mindset.
No, 100% something has changed because I can actually do shit about shit now. That more has changed for me than ever. You can 100% sit there and say you can speak your voice, you can be vocal. I was always vocal to you, but I could never actually do shit because I didn't have authority. I called you out for shit I thought you did wrong. Multiple times.
Then you checked them, and then you actually then was hypocritical because in the meeting you said something completely opposite. Because you called me out for not being around, right? And said how I was a leader and I'd turn my back on the gang by not being around. And then in the meeting when I tried to turn my back on the gang and let you guys progress, you said you don't need a leader that's around, doesn't matter. So I don't know what, you speak both sides of the story, mate.
That's off of your false hope. You came around, you re-emerged.
That was you
No,
trying to
100
blackmail me to stay in the gang.
no. Listen, you woke up and you pitched this whole scheme of second in command coming in. The gang stepped up. There was multiple people who were displaying skills to try and get that. That then didn't happen. If you was a leader, and I still believe this, if you was a leader and had a second in command that was decent, it would be fucking not a dissimilar situation to right now. And that's not a diss at you, Patar. But that's not how it is now, isn't it? Because you didn't put that into action. You did what you're calling everyone else out for doing, which is talking the talk but not walking the walk.
But I guess they weren't decent.
No, originally you did. You put Patar. And Patar said multiple times he didn't feel like he belonged in that position. And it was hard to watch sometimes the shit he had to deal with. But realistically, you did exactly what you're saying the gang does now, which is you said, we're going to appoint a 2IC and we're going to sort it out, and then you didn't do it. Making you know better than any of the other people that you're acting that you're above.
What if I tell you that there wasn't a single person who is good enough for 2IC?
And that's your opinion.
So I'm not going to pick someone for no reason, am I? So
it's your opinion, but it's also a get out of jail free card.
My conclusion I came to was, no, it's not. My conclusion was, there isn't anyone good enough for 2IC, so you know what's better is I can be step away because it ain't going to change. The 2IC won't change anything. Not going to look at the 2IC as a leader. They're just going to do the same thing again. That person is going to sit there and look over their shoulder and go, oh, validation, hello, on validation. So what works better is what's happened now is I've stepped away entirely. You're now leader, and you've got this mindset now of, okay, I've got this fresh look on the Mandem, we can really change it up. Because you know that you ain't going to look at me as for validation or anything.
I don't believe you.
At the meeting, we might have said action a week, and me and you know full well that ain't the thing. Me and you know full well there's no action in 1 week.
Thing is with the week, it is a catch-22, 100%. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But that's also an extremely volatile, emotional moment. Not everyone is going to be acting out of clear mind when you've got the person who brought them to where they are stepping away. That's the thing. But I don't agree that I don't agree that you couldn't have seen someone stepping up for a 2IC because you weren't here and you didn't ask. As far as I'm aware, you didn't ask anyone to tell you who's been doing what.
No, I asked questions.
Well, I don't think you did. Because I know for a fact there was multiple people within the Mandem saying that people had stepped up.
Yeah. But you have to understand that you can ask questions without directly asking the question. Because if I ask the question, it's bait, and someone just looks out for their friend and says, oh, this person's really stepping up, you know? So you have to ask different questions.
And maybe you should have been more direct.
Nah, I know what I'm doing.
Do you? You did?
No, I do know exactly what I'm doing. The same way you come down with this attitude and this mindset, right? It's a very different SK that is in front of me right now.
Has to be that way. It's the same way that you were a different Tommy T the day you became a leader.
I stepped away, and you have to be now. It's different. Yeah. It's not a case of, oh, you should be. It's now you have to be.
And
what I did is exactly what's right. So exactly what I was doing.
Thing is, I can tell you this. Doesn't matter if you believe me or not. I believe this same situation and this same mindset that I've got right now would have been applied if I was underneath you. Do I see? I do genuinely believe that.
But I'm not just saying that. Though? You know what? I might trust you. I don't think I trust others to feel that way. It also depends on what SK I get, because there's many different SKs.
There is.
And this SK many different right now, I would trust, and I think, you know what? Actually, he would actually deliver for me.
Well, this SK is doing one thing that you're not, and that's being here to stay. And there's another display of my action, and you will see.
We'll see.
We will. Is there anything else?
Depends if you want anything else.
What you got?
No, it depends if you want anything else or not. Depends if you have anything on your mind.
No, I don't think so. Just moving forward. If you see Josh Cade, grab him, because he had bad shit to say about Cruiser. Drag him somewhere, torture him, fuck him up, do whatever you want to do, but make him feel pain for what he said about our boy. We're going to get Snow as well, but don't do immediate action on that because we've got a plan for when he's at the funeral.
It was a great way to kick the gang into action.
What's that?
Can pay back the 20 mil.
Pay back the 20 mil that you put forward from Gold Rush.
I didn't pay it forward. I didn't know it got put forward.
You definitely woke up for one of the wars.
I gave
and
5
dropped
mil.
a lump into the gang
I
account.
gave 5 mil, yeah.
I understand that perspective, and like you can play that road, and I do get it. Like I can't say I didn't think about this being a thing, but the same way that you want to do what's best for the gang, you know that that's not best for the gang. If that's what you truly want to do, and if that's why you're doing it,
is it not what's best for the gang? Because will it not create action?
No. It will definitely cause people to have to source money. If you stepping down and wanting to leave this gang is what is best for the gang, I genuinely don't believe you think that's what's best for the gang, because you know what that does.
What, asking for the money back?
Yeah, you know what that does.
What I'm trying to do is help you eradicate complacency one way or another.
And what I want is you to trust me that I can do that without you having to do
So I can say I
drastic
want that
things.
money back, and you know what? You can keep all that money. You can have it for your gang account, you know? Your leader gang account, you can have that. But at least it'll kick the gang into action, knowing that they have to try and get the money back.
I hear it, but like I said, what I'm saying.
Or I could say, you know what?
You said you can trust this SK.
You can all move out the block instead, you know?
This is the same road that I'd considered was a possibility. You know that's not what you want to do.
What I want to do is I want to hit a shockwave through the Mandem that kicks you into gear and opens people's eyes in realizing who is deadweight and who isn't, and who actually is going to adapt and who's going to change and who's actually going to do something.
See, the Mandem just lost its leader and a very valued member of the gang basically on the same day. I don't think anything else needs to be shook
Did it lose
up.
me though, because I was kind of like held at gunpoint basically to stay.
Emotional gunpoint.
Yeah, emotional gunpoint.
Metaphorical
100%.
gunpoint, right? I was held at gunpoint metaphorically to stay.
But that should speak volumes. Clearly they give a fuck about you.
Is that what is the right thing? I want to care about the gang.
It is about it.
That almost makes me feel like it's a scared thing more than anything. It's a scared reaction.
I don't think you're entirely wrong. Like, people haven't known anything else. But that's why it's now on me to reassure and show people that there's nothing to be scared of. Definitely is a scare.
I did the right thing then, didn't I?
I wouldn't say it was scared for me. I just didn't want to lose my boy. And I'm not gonna lie, it was wrong to keep you under emotional gunpoint. But that's what I told Sparky afterwards. I'm not gonna beg someone to stay in the gang, but you know, that's what I did. She was wrong.
You still stand by that you being completely gone will do more difference than just being a member?
Yeah. Because I don't see it changing. I've been here too long, and I know people inside out. I know that it ain't gonna change. When they've got like, and even today, just backed up even further. In fact, they've had funding for the God knows how long, right? Why would you need to bother to change or adapt or even care? You don't need to. You literally have no consequence in your life. There's nothing. You don't need to care.
I think it comes down to a lot more than just
and it
financial
needs a massive switch up.
stuff.
Like, my only other options I had, right, was to walk into that gang and say, you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. You can stay, you can stay, you can stay. That's my only other option.
I think shit changed in you as well. And I think you can acknowledge that. I think you lost the love for it. Like Miguel said. Like exactly what I'm sure he said to you on that phone call before you came.
Wouldn't you lose the love for it when you have to deal with those people
for a while?
You know what?
You know what? Actually, no.
Can't say that though, because you ain't been there 2 years. So in 2.5 years time, I'll see you, and then
it doesn't matter. I can say I can tell you
Trust me.
I will never, I can tell you this with fucking chest, I will
then you're
never be in
delusional,
a
though.
situation where I put my chain down and want to leave, bro. I've said this since day one.
Delusion's an illness.
You can call it delusion.
Because you're looking at it like dropping your chain is turning your back on the gang. When I'm dropping chain to forward the gang, I want the Mandem to succeed and be the best it can be. And until something changes massively, it ain't gonna be that, evidently, because look what's happened. Look where it is, right? So I'm dropping the chain for a reason of not turning my back. I'm dropping the chain in a reason of I want it to progress. There was two options it could have been. It was either me do a craziness and just rock up, be a prick, which I could have done. I thought it was a better idea for me to step away because I still felt that there was always going to be a reliance on me, reliance on my money, a reliance on everything that I built.
I don't think it ever needed to be you around and as a member, as the rest of us. It's just carrying that name on your back. That's the issue I have with it.
It's my fucking name.
Yeah, it is your name. So the fact that you don't want to hold that name,
No, that should let
mad.
you fucking understand that it's me doing it for the right reason.
you can say it's you
It seems
doing
like
it for
you
the
lot
right
also
reason
think
as
that
much
it's
as
a
you
whole
want.
different reason.
No,
just don't get it.
you voiced the reason enough times.
You just don't get it.
I understand the reason why you genuinely believe it will better the gang. I'm not saying that you stepping down is gonna not better the gang, because I do think it shook the gang up. What I'm saying is you don't need to step away entirely. It's like, look at someone like Speedy, right? That man ain't been Vargos for a very, very long time, but he still carries that name to the grave.
It's not Vargos.
No, I know he's not Vargos, but he's rocking around in a yellow mask all the time.
That honorary.
Yeah, like an honorary OG. Like, he still carries that name. It's not like he's there on the field with the Vargos.
Probably because he was allowed to step away.
But he is that OG.
He was
Yeah,
probably allowed to step away, you know what I'm saying?
But
he
the
wasn't
discussion,
like
the discussion,
multi blackmailed into staying.
but the discussion wasn't even able to get to a point where it was like, what level of staying are we talking about? Because that's
Basically,
not where
you're
your head
saying
was
you
at.
want me to be able to rock up and rock like a Union Jack better once in a while. That's what you want me to be able to do.
No, I want you to stand by the thing you created to the grave.
I think, is it kind of like the way how I still had an NBC chain even though I joined Mandem, or what? But like
It's
that
just
was
the way
that,
that the thing is.
I
it's
wasn't
what
ashamed
you-
of that.
It's what you taught me. That's the thing. It's your own principles that
Well,
I
that
was
be
brought
true.
up around, bro. Ever since I've known you, it's always been that is just Mandem. Like, that is it. Like, you will always be Mandem. That is how it is. You wear it on your chest. It's Mandem on top. Mandem forever. Here to stay. Like, Mandem on my chest till the end. Always been that. A lot of the shit I know and how I operate comes from you.
I'm not sure that is what I installed in you, though. What I feel like I installed in you was to always keep evolving. And things change, and you need to change with them. That's what I feel like I told you. I feel like you're reciting things from a song. It's Tommy T, bro, I'm here to stay.
I'm looking
Didn't
at
say
things
Tommy
that
T,
I
bro, I'm here to
saw
stay in the Mandem.
over 2 years. Not what you told me in the last few months. I'm talking about from when you fucking started a war with the biggest gang in the city for an artist to now. There's a lot of shit that you might not realize it was a lesson, but it was a lesson. And if we are quoting songs, you did say Mandem on my chest, never gonna change.
Rotted.
I'll get a tattoo. It won't ever change, will it?
Like Patar said, bro, I'm over the begging. My view on it is gonna be my view on it. The idea of you stepping away goes against what I believe you showed me. What you want is what you want. If that's what you want, I'm not gonna agree with it.
Why don't you cut the dead weight then?
Cut the dead weight in what way?
The gang.
And who is that?
You tell me, you're leader.
I already told you. It's page 1 for me.
Go on.
No, it's page 1 for me. I've been told you the same thing I told you when I first walked in here. It's page 1 for me. If a problem arises, I deal with it as it arises. If there is genuine dead weight,
the problem currently in front of you,
from me being here,
is that your gang that you're leader of, there is dead weight in it. They haven't adapted, haven't changed in a long, long time, right? That's the problem on your page 1. You want to deal with it right now. Who are they?
respectfully, you can't tell me what my page 1 is. That's not my page 1. We operate differently.
As I've seen, there's no action.
I don't need to show you action. I can sit here and tell you I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I don't owe you that.
Now you just dodged the question. It's all good, man. You know he did.
You say what you want to say, bro.
Things ain't going to change, man. And that was your test right there.
You can say that things aren't going to change. Things are going to change. It doesn't matter what you see. You've seen it like through a negative lens for the longest. Like there ain't been a positive bone in your body for a minute. I get it. I get why you feel like you feel. I view it differently. If there presents itself reasons to cut out issues, it will be done. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. You're asking for action. So why is me telling you what I'm going to do action? That's not action. That's me sitting here gossiping with you saying what I'm going to do.
Oh God.
I thought better yesterday, man. I thought you'd arise to that test there.
You can hit me with a bullshit T, but I thought better.
It ain't bullshit because you know full well. You said your final line in that meeting was that I'd see action. So I switched it back to you there and said, okay, let's do the other route I wanted to take, opposed to standing away, stepping down, right? Let's cut the dead weight and let's see who it is. I see you be honest with me and you can highlight those issues. But you just dodged the question.
And you've just wrapped it back around to me having to prove anything to you. I don't like it. A Tommy T saying to me that you're disappointed in me a few months ago probably would have hurt. But with the Tommy T that I'm standing in front of now, with the actions I've seen of you, it don't mean nothing to me now.
You're that flippant. You think me just trying to better the gang really just changed everything? Everything that apparently taught you over 2 years, all respect we had, right, just goes out the window because I said I want to better the gang and I'm gonna put a shockwave through it and just dip.
No, that's not why.
It's even just,
it's not even just that. It's not even just that. It's the giving up. It's not like, I understand you want to better the gang. That might be how you see that. It's the giving up on us. That might not be giving up to you. I'm not going to try and sit here and convince you that it is.
Giving up on you would be me saying, all right, you lot fuck off. It's my gang. I'll get new members, mate. That's me giving up on you.
It doesn't matter. We have different definitions.
I'm staying true to you guys. I'm saying true to you guys and true to the family, right? By stepping away and letting you guys progress and achieve more, knowing that it will happen because you force into action, right? Me giving up on you is me saying, all right, then you lot go, and I'll keep a couple of you with me. That's me giving up on you.
That's not how
You
I
ain't
see
thinking
it.
logically yet. You're still thinking with your fucking heart, not your brain. If you're gonna be leader of that gang, right? My gang, everything I built, then I'm gonna need you to think a lot more logically in these moments.
I'm gonna be real with you. If I was thinking with my heart, I would be sat here asking you to stay and asking where you're going and trying to be there and whatever. I'm not thinking with my heart remotely,
You're
bro.
angry though.
I'm let down. Same way you just said you was let down. That's what I am. I'm let down, bro.
So, but what you just said, right? It's basically what you're doing, because you're giving me the whole spiel of how I'm turning back on you and how you change all these things. But logic would just say, yeah, you know what? Actually, maybe you are doing right. Maybe you are doing what's doing right, or you're trying to convince me that I'm wrong for what I'm doing. And in a sense of not an emotional way, you'd say, I think actually if you'd stayed and you'd done this, it'd been a better idea, and you'd just be speaking a lot differently.
I'm not trying to convince you nothing, bro. This whole time I ain't been trying to convince you shit. I will see it the way I see it till I die. That's just how it is embedded in me. You're trying to convince me to see it otherwise. You've already voiced to me that you see it that way. That's calm. I get that. I understand there's different perspectives.
Then why the fuck you saying reciting fucking here to stay and all shit on me?
Because I disagree with it. This is what I'm saying. I get your view that you haven't let the gang down. That's not how I see it. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm reciting the lyrics. Because you have, in my opinion. And you will. That will stay that way in my head. That's not going to change in 6 months' time where it's not hot on the topic. It's still going to be that way. Just the same way that I said to everybody. You know, it ain't just me. A lot of people think the same way. They're walking away is looked down upon.
Yeah, because walking away is different based on how you're doing it. And if people think it's the wrong thing to do, then looking at the eyes of I'm turning my back on everyone. And that means they've not got it yet. So when they get it, they'll understand that what I'm doing is not that. That's when I know they've actually listened and they've thought about it and they've let it sink in. But the people who sit there and cry about, oh, he turned his back on us, la la, that's a deadwood for you. People who drop their chains on the floor when I said I was leaving, that's your deadwood right there. They don't care for the gang. They care for me. And what I have to say, what I do. They don't care for the gang. What gang isn't first for them? Following me was first for them.
So you're going to sit there with chest and say that Patar doesn't care for the gang? Is that what you're going to do right now?
He does care, but he's emotional.
Yeah, and I told you that conversation was more an emotional conversation versus a gang conversation.
I know for what Patar's a lot of loyalty to me of a lot of people in that gang.
See, it's mad that you'd even think about that with Patar. Because he was the man you left to deal with your shit for the longest. And yeah, it didn't work out. But he was there. And he still is.
So what does that mean? People can be there. That doesn't mean they're not deadwood. It's definition of deadwood, no?
Well, based off what you said a minute ago, you said he was dead wood.
No, what you just said. He's there. That is definition of deadwood. People are just there.
So in your opinion, Patar is dead wood.
No, he's not the person I'm highlighting the most. I'm just saying.
You said if they drop their chain, they're dead wood.
The chain was a great example of it. They don't care for the gang.
But that's exactly what you said. You said he dropped his chain. He's dead wood. So you call Patar dead wood.
Sure. Patar could need to adapt a lot more. Yes.
So he's not dead wood.
No, he is.
How do you see it, and waiting?
Second in command? Maybe not. Gang member? You ain't finding better.
Yeah, no.
And you know that. So dead wood, you're saying about dead wood. If I chopped the dead wood, Patar would have been gone in your eyes, right? And then what? Rather than making a change of him to a 2IC to a member, you're chopping away someone that was dead wood, who actually is very, very good in that role. So why would I not try and find the people that you're claiming as dead wood and do exactly what happened with Patar in your eyes, going from dead wood to a very useful asset with those people on a fresh slate?
I don't think you listen, mate.
I definitely listened. And I'm pretty sure Patar did as well. I know your mind's made up, innit?
I just don't think you listened. I think you just saw it how you saw it, and that was it.
I think you saw the Mandem how you saw it, and that was it.
What?
I think you did.
I don't know what you said.
I said you saw the Mandem as you saw it, and that was it. It wouldn't matter what you was told. Your mind was made a while ago.
Yeah. I said that to Patar also. I'd thought about it for a very long time.
And I'm glad you're admitting that. How long's a long time?
Many, many, many months.
Ultimately, we ain't gonna beg. We're gonna move forward, with or without you. If you wanna wear that name, wear the name. But we're moving on.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna float, because I ain't dead wood. I'm gonna swim. Like Michael Phelps.
Do you care mostly for the gang though, Patar? Because you
I
were so
do.
ready to drop that chain with Moses. Moses dropped the chain and walked off, mate. So
I told you why that happened.
you were trying to blackmail me.
Not blackmail you, but it was an emotional night. Yeah, and I guess in bluntest terms, yeah. Because you were my boy. You are my boy.
So, but what is the actual truth from you though? Is the truth that you would drop the chain
No, that was
because
just
I
a
was
show.
leaving, or is you dropping the chain to try and make me stay? How does it work?
It was a show. It was showing you what would happen if you left. As you said,
Yeah, but, okay, so that would happen if I left. Then that means you would do it.
no, it was a show. I told Sparky all of this afterwards.
You don't need to explain yourself, Patar. You're good.
End of the day, T, you make whatever decisions you want. Whether you want to believe Sparky or not, that's on you. You live your life the way you want it. And yes, at night we begged, but we learned from that. Never beg for someone that doesn't want you. Because all that work I did for that one person, and I'm still dead wood for them. I look after all of your company's team.
Ooh!
And yes, we spent money on the gang from those companies. That's what we did from day one.
That's all for me though. It's not for the gang. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah? It doesn't have-
Like, I will never doubt your loyalty and all the things you've done. I will never doubt that. What I'm doubting and what I'm saying is people's ability to adapt and change in a gang and in the roles they're in. And obviously, you in 2IC had a lot of issues, and you know
The
that.
survival mode.
We've gone over that, and
Yeah.
there was no adaptation. There was no change in that time.
Yeah, no, it was just
Hence
survival mode.
Deadwood, because you're there, just being there, and you're holding position, but not doing anything about it, not changing, and things staying the same. The same problems are still arising, right? Hence Deadwood. Same thing in the gang. There's a lot of gang members with the exact same issue. They're just there, holding a chain, not adapting, not changing, not evolving. Hence Deadwood. But I'll never doubt you, Patar, and your loyalty to me and everything you do for people and other people. You're very selfless, most selfless person I know. And like SK said, you're one of the best gang members, right? Because you do everything for everyone else. That's a problem.
Good
At the
word.
same time,
He
you're
said
an
good
enabler.
word.
You let everyone else around you be lazy because you
Good
do so
word.
much. So I hope you know that people around you use you. So
But he
he's
also
lazy.
knows that he's now got a leader that's going to be there for him when he needs help.
Yeah, sweet. I was always there for when he needed help as well. That never changed. That's never changed for him. Never has changed.
You were when you were there.
What happened to? I don't need to be there to be a leader.
You don't. With a second in command that was able
was
to
my
deal
second
with
in
it by
command.
themselves. No, this is what I'm saying. Not Patar. I was talking from a different second in command. That was
He
made
was my second in
hella
command,
clear.
though.
No, you're spinning back to the point that I was making about if you had a different second in command in place. You don't need to be around if you had someone prepared for that role. Patar has been the first to admit he wasn't prepared for that role. That's what I said at the time. With someone, if you had been around, I actually do believe that Patar would have been a solid second in command. He just wasn't a second in command. You know that he was not a second in command. He was leader of the Mandem. 90% of the time.
Sweet.
You can go in circles, bro. We can talk.
Oh, we're there, yeah.
It's action. You're going to do what you're going to do. Whether you're in or out, we're going to do what we're going to do. Say you want the best? Well, we're going up.
Let's see it then.
You will.
Take this as well.
I have to make a decision.
I heard enough what I need to hear today. It says everything I need to know.
My word still stands. You taught me to be a man of my word, T. I loved you.
Ain't that word, bro? Not that word. Shit. Damn.
I'm gonna go. Okay, there we go.
Ain't that word, bro? I ain't that word! Not that word!
You're not Deadwood, Patar.
Ain't
Sad
that
reality is he was Deadwood.